Hey, it's Jared. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a whole bunch of Apple Watch Ultra bands. I have a whole bunch here on the table, including a few other accessories as well. And we're going to be looking at them because I'm constantly on the look for the best band for what I'm trying to achieve, which usually is functionality and fit and style, of course. So we're going to look at a whole bunch of options. So make sure to check out the timestamps if you want to jump around. I also have links to all of these watch bands in the description. So if you want to check out specific pricing, some of them are also available in different colors. You can check that out also. For those of you that want to get the most out of your Apple devices, check out my Apple productivity course, which is also linked down in the description below. So the first band that we're going to be looking at is the Ocean Band that comes with the Apple Watch. If you order it, this is the Apple Ocean Band, and I've been using it more lately because I've been working out, and it just is a watch band that keeps clean. It's very easy to wash and rinse and dry off. Some of these other watch bands I'll talk about, a little bit trickier when it comes to physical activity and keeping the watch band dry. But what I like about this watch band is just how comfortable it is and how breathable it is. The only challenge is that you do have the buckle down here on the bottom. And the buckle, if you use a laptop, if you're dragging your hand across a desktop quite a bit, can be a bit annoying, especially on the laptop, because this buckle is going to rub on the laptop. That's something that kind of annoys me when I am using my laptop. But most of the time, my laptop is connected to a bigger monitor, and it's just the desktop it's scraping against, which doesn't bother me nearly as much as it does when it's hitting my MacBook Pro, because I don't want to scratch up the MacBook Pro with the watch band. But that just really doesn't happen that often. It's not that big of a deal. But as far as the Ocean Band goes, what I do just like about it is how easy it is to clean. It is a very comfortable band. It's not infinitely adjustable like some of these other bands that are Velcro based, but it fits my wrist really well. And overall, it's just one of the better watch bands that I've ever owned. It's sturdy. I feel safe and secure with this watch band. There are a couple of watch bands that we're going to look at in this video that are cool, but not very safe and secure. All right, the next band is the Trail Loop from Apple. And I really like this band because it's infinitely adjustable. You can see on my wrist here from the Ocean Band, it does kind of leave indentations, and it takes, maybe a good half hour for those to go away, maybe by the end of this video. What I like about this band is it's just easy to adjust. And as I'm working out, it's often maybe a little bit of swelling just from longer runs or something like that, or from sweating, and the watch band starts to get a little bit loose. I mean, I'm 45. Things definitely are interesting. And so from time to time, I am adjusting my watch band, and having this type of band is really nice because I could just easily adjust it. Whereas with a band that has a buckle or a clasp, it takes a little bit more work to make those adjustments. So that's one of the reasons that I like this band. However, when you sweat into this band, the band gets really damp, and then of course you have to rinse this band out, which I, would wash it every couple of days, and then your watch band is pretty wet for a little while. But this band I've had for quite a while actually, and so this is more of a durability review as well. You can see here the area in which the Velcro has been removed quite a bit, a lot of Velcro activity. If we move a little bit further down the watch band here, you can see it hasn't gone that far as the Velcro. So there's some wear and tear here. I could see, some of the fibers starting to pull up, which I can't see right here. Everything's really nice. So over time, the Velcro usage is going to wear and tear on this strap, but it holds up really well. I've had this watch band strap for probably a year. Up until recently, just in the last couple of weeks, I'd say maybe the last 30 days, I've used the Ocean Band, whereas prior I was just using this band. I had this band before I even had the black Apple Watch Ultra, when I had it on my silver Ultra. This band is holding up really well, and it still looks in good condition, and it still holds really tight and secure. So I'm not worried about the Velcro coming loose or something like that. Very sturdy, very well built band. And I have ordered, and I don't think we have any knockoff versions of the trail loop in this video, or we might have one, but the knockoff brands have gotten much better, but they're still not quite as good as the Apple Trail Loop band. This is the rugged band from Spigen. I really like this band. It looks good. It fits well, it's highly adjustable, and the clasp is low profile. Though it is metal, I haven't had many issues with this one. As you can see, the band itself still looks really new, and I've used this band off and on for probably over the last 6 months or so since I bought it, but it's a good looking band. It's inexpensive. It has kind of looks like a carbon fiber type of inlay right here. I think that's not real, but it has the nice look to it, and really simple Spigen branding right there. But overall, a nice watch band that fits and feels good. Definitely looks really good with the black Apple Watch Ultra. So I have to say, you know, Spigen, we've got a couple of other watch bands that we're going to be looking at from Spigen. They've always made good products that have held up really well. So as you can see, as far as how it looks off of the wrist here, nice looking, more traditional style watch band, but this is going to be highly breathable and also just really easy to clean. It's a good looking band overall from Spigen. This band is from Ultimal, and I've had this band for a while, probably a good year and a half, and I've used it on my first edition Apple Watch Ultra, the second edition, and then of course on the second edition black here. And this band is held up really well, and it's super durable. It's a little bit more of an aggressive band. You can see a little bit here. There's some wear right here just from, this is where, you know, the band wraps around, and so there's a little bit of wear there. Like the trail loop, this is more of a durability because I have had this band for quite a while. The Velcro is held up really well, and one of the things I really like about the Velcro is that it has this pattern in here that makes it super breathable. So with this pattern in here, it doesn't hold all the moisture right underneath the strap. It makes it much easier for the moisture to pass through, which makes this band much easier to keep dry, especially after you wash it, which I've done many times, and it's held up really well. So you can see the canvas here, very comfortable. You know, you don't typically think of canvas being very comfortable, but this band is nice and comfortable, and it's highly adjustable. And then you also have a variety of different colors that this comes in, and it says, you know, ultra deep professional. It's kind of weird. I don't really know what those words are supposed to signify, but overall it's a nice band, very comfortable, and it's held up really well. And the clasp on the top is nice because with this, you know, most of the other bands, the loop is just, it's there and you can't disconnect this, but this, you can fully remove the bottom portion from the top and lay the watch flat, which is really nice. Makes it really nice for charging, especially if you have some sort of a dock and those loop type of straps are challenging. The canvas on the back also goes a little bit past. I don't know how to really explain that, but like most of these other loops, they don't have anything that kind of protects you from the connection points. And so this is nice because it's a nice transition to the back of the Apple Watch. I think that kind of adds to the comfort as well. The Apple Watch isn't pressing down as hard into my skin, I noticed as well. So overall, I think they've just done a good job with this design. These bands are, you know, a really good seller on Amazon, and I've got them in a couple of different colors. I tend to use them, especially when I'm doing longer runs or longer bike rides, and I want something that's comfortable with breathability. Now, this band is very similar to the Trail Loop. What I like about it is that it has more of a clasp right up here, and so it's comfortable. It's a little bit bigger, this particular one, and so I could just grab this and realign it easily. I like the pattern on the material here. And then they also come with a variety of different badges. So I've got the American flag, but they've got a variety of different options available there as well. This is very much like the Trail Loop material. So it is stretchy and it feels good, easy to keep clean. But what I like about it is that I could completely, you know, lay it flat. So it's got the clasp, which I really like. I like that a lot of these watch band manufacturers are doing this type of loop as opposed to it being one complete strap that can't remove unless you completely take it off the watch. I just like that. Like I said, it's got some flex to it. It's a super comfortable watch band, and I like the color option here. Very clean, and it matches the black Apple Watch Ultra really nice. And then you've got a hit of color there with the American flag. This is the Lite Fit Ultra from Spigen. It's very comfortable. One's kind of single loop band that is adjustable, but it's kind of a pain to adjust. So first, let's just talk about the comfort. It's very stretchy and is very comfortable to wear. I love the hit of orange there, but the rest of the band just being black matches the black Apple Watch Ultra really nicely. And then we have kind of it's not a clasp, but it is where you adjust the watch band, and you can loosen it pretty easily from here, but it's a little bit trickier to tighten it. So it is one complete loop all the way around, and you tighten it just simply by pulling and adjusting it there. The challenge here is that, I mean, you have to slide this off completely. There's no way to loosen it. I mean, I guess you could loosen it like that and then slide it off, but then you have to readjust it and remember where your adjustment was. And once you have the watch band on, it's a little bit trickier to adjust it. But overall, it is a really comfortable watch band, and it's not that big of a deal as far as adjusting it. Probably, just complaining a little bit. I probably wouldn't choose it because I am constantly adjusting my watch band throughout the day, depending on, whether I'm in a workout or after that, making some adjustments to it. And I feel like I would be fine-tuning my adjustment quite often with this watch band. I do like it, but I prefer a more adjustable watch band. So there have been a lot of these magnetic watch bands that have been advertised to me. And so I thought I'd give a couple of them a try. I have one other one, I believe, as well that we're going to look at. And at first, I really liked this concept. I mean, it's very easy just to completely adjust this just by, sliding it down just a little bit. And I loved how easy it was to adjust the watch band. It's also super comfortable. I like it. I mean, there's nothing that I hate about this watch band other than the fact that my watch left my wrist. There are a couple of little dings that I have on my Apple Watch Ultra, the black edition, because it dings up pretty easily. There's a couple of good small ones right on the side. I got really lucky. But this watch band can just, like all the magnetic, I mean, it could just pop off pretty easily. Just a little fearful of wearing this when I was going to be doing anything. What happened the first time? Let me tell you the story. I was riding a stationary bike at my house, not really moving my hands much. But then I sat up, arms were just kind of going side to side, and the watch band just came undone, and the watch just fell to the ground really hard. And thankfully, I only got a couple of little scratches on the top of the Apple Watch. But after that, I had lost kind of all confidence in this watch strap. Now, I also noticed that it kind of gums up pretty quick too. I don't know if you could see this. This is just after like one workout and wearing it for, I'd say, 3 or 4 days. And so you really have to keep this one clean. You're probably going to need like a toothbrush or something just to keep it clean, because it kind of gums up pretty quick. And being that it's magnetic, you set this thing down, it's going to pick up anything that is left on the table, or if it falls to the ground like mine did, it picked up a lot of stuff because it fell right underneath where the bike chain is. And so it picked up all sorts of little metal particulates that I then had to clean out of the watch band, which was really kind of a pain in the butt. So while I love the idea and how easy it is to put that watch band on, and it's very comfortable, I just wouldn't be able to trust it too much. It's definitely a watch band I couldn't wear when I'm working out or doing any running, any physical fitness. Probably not going to happen. Now, this is another magnetic watch band, but it is much sturdier and stays a lot better than the previous one that I looked at. I wouldn't say that this one's any more or less comfortable. It's built a little bit different, and I think it kind of interlocks a little bit better. The magnets are definitely a little bit stronger. If I grab it like this, it's not going to completely come off of my wrist, whereas the other watch band completely left my wrist just with simply pulling up a little bit on it. These magnets are definitely a lot stronger, and so I'm not worried about this one. I tried to test it in a very similar way, while obviously not wanting to send my Apple Watch down to the concrete floor. But I was, riding the bike. I actually ran on the treadmill and swinging my arm back and forth. I did not have any issues with this band falling off. Even after I'd been sweating for quite a bit, it wasn't a problem. But still, that's in the back of my mind because it's already happened to me that these magnetic watch bands, it can easily get maybe snagged on something, And then it just, once it lets go, your Apple Watch is going for a ride. Hopefully it lands on something soft. I have to say, like this one from, I guess, Bisikor, maybe is how you say that. Definitely a really nice band. And if you are not going to be doing anything highly active, a band like this may work out really well for you. But I like having something that's going to keep the Apple Watch from flying off of my wrist. And that means having some sort of a clasp or some sort of a Velcro or something that is going to hold it in place, because those magnets, while great, once they kind of let loose, your Apple Watch is going for a ride. Now, this is just the traditional standard sport loop for Apple Watch in gray, and I think it looks really good on the black Apple Watch Ultra. It's a great band. I mean, every Apple Watch has had this band as an option since the beginning, and it's just good, comfortable, it feels good, it's sturdy and secure, has a little bit of flex and give to it, but not much, and it's super easy to clean. And so the Apple Sport Loop is one that I always have around, because it's often that I choose this one over some of these others when I want something that's going to be easy to clean. The Sport Loop doesn't have the clasp situation like the Ocean Band does, as I explained when I talked about the Ocean Band. And so if I want something that just doesn't have that clasp issue, then this is the band that I go with, because the only thing that's protruding is just this little tab here, which I don't have any problems with this hitting or scratching on anything. Otherwise, the rest of the band is just all silicone and easy on the touch, not going to scratch up anything. So a sport loop is always a great option. Now, this is an interesting option, and I opted to give this a try because I sometimes jump back and forth between a Garmin watch, and this kind of turns your Apple Watch into a pocket watch. And so if you want to have the Apple Watch because of its features, like this is a cellular device and I can leave my phone behind and take calls and get text messages and stuff on this device, but you don't want it on your wrist, or perhaps you want a way to just attach your Apple Watch inside of a bag when you're not wearing it, this is a great option. So it has this loop on top here, which you can easily attach this to a backpack or pretty much anything. I mean, you could attach this to a belt loop and easily keep your Apple Watch with you. It's very strong, so your Apple Watch isn't going to go anywhere or fall off. This fully moves and flexes as well, which is nice. And so it just makes for an alternate way to utilize your Apple Watch. So if you are going to use this as a pocket watch or something like that, I probably would recommend using a screen protector, putting some sort of a screen protector or a case that covers the entire Apple Watch, because if you're gonna clip this to a bag or clip it to a belt loop or something, it's probably gonna bang around a little bit, and you just wanna make sure that your watch doesn't get damaged if it comes in contact with something. So definitely interesting. I've thought about carrying my Apple Watch more as a pocket watch because I tend to like the data and information better that's on a Garmin than what the Apple Watch collects when I'm working out, but I like having the cellular connectivity, being able to stream music and all that good stuff from the Apple Watch. The next band we're going to look at is massive, and the reason that it's so big is because you can use it as an armband or even on your leg. Now, one of the reasons that I got this was that I have a desk treadmill, and I would often walk on the treadmill while I am at my desk. But if I have my hands on the keyboard and the mouse, then I'm not walking and there's no steps being counted. And so how was it that I would get my steps counted? Well, if I relocate the Apple Watch somewhere else, then I would be able to count those steps. And being that my arms aren't going to be moving, I couldn't use it on the bicep, which I think is what this is designed for. You just simply, run it up to your arm, and then it has Velcro on both sides here so that you can tighten it down. So we'll just go ahead and make that adjustment on that side. And then you can make the adjustment on this side as well so that you can center it. And the band itself has like a grippiness to it, and so it's not going to slip or slide. But what I often will do is put this around my ankle, just above my ankle on my leg. And so as I'm walking, it's counting steps, it's doing the heart rate monitor and all that stuff, even though it's from the leg, and I'm getting all of those steps counted. And so it's a great option to have if you have something like a treadmill desk, or you maybe just don't even want to wear the Apple Watch on your wrist. You can put it on your ankle, you can put it up on your bicep and have it there instead. So it's a great option to have one of these because it gives you versatility to wear the Apple Watch somewhere else. Sometimes I'm using the Garmin watch, I will put this watch up on my bicep so that I have it up and out of the way and I don't have two watches on my wrist, which I'm known to do also. But this is a great option, especially for those of you that have something like a treadmill desk, still want to count your steps, but have been frustrated because, yep, those hands, they're on the keyboard. So I've got a couple of options here in regards to screen protectors. I think an Apple Watch Ultra screen protector isn't necessarily needed because of the glass. The glass on the Apple Watch Ultra is extremely strong, and I haven't ever had any issues with it, even though I have hit it on many things. But with the black Apple Watch Ultra, it dings up and gets scratched up quite a bit. That black finish starts to come off. And so if you could just raise the screen up just ever so slightly by just adding a thin layer, then the chances of hitting the edges of the Apple Watch are going to be less. It's not completely gone. You may need to go with something like a complete Apple Watch cover that covers the entire watch face, including the edges, if you're really concerned about protecting it. But for me, it's more of just wanting to add a little bit of a layer. And so we have two different options here. One is from Spigen, which they have a kit that they have put together here that includes a cover. And Spigen has this really nice applicator here, which makes it easy to attach the screen protector to your Apple Watch. You simply peel off the back, and then you just press this down on the Apple Watch, make sure that it's seated all four corners, and then you just press across it, peel off from the top, and then it applies it. You pop off the applicator, and your Apple Watch now has protection on the face of it. And it comes with two of these. So this comes as a 2-pack. That way, if you do get any damage to the screen protector itself, you have another one there. Now you also have this squeegee just so you can work out any little bubbles that might have gotten in there. And then it also comes with cleaning tools as well so that you can keep everything nice and clean and get it nice and clean before applying the screen protector. Now this screen protector is a little bit simpler, but it has a border around it as well, which I think matches the Apple Watch a little bit. And so this one has a bit more protection around the edges. So with most screen protectors, you're just getting the screen and that's it. Whereas this one extends out a little bit and is going to protect all of the edges of the Apple Watch. And so those edges that typically would get dinged up, especially on the black Apple Watch Ultra, this screen protector is going to provide some protection around the edges to prevent that. It does add a little bit of height to the Apple Watch, as you can see, but it's not much, and it's going to protect your Apple Watch from all those little dings and scratches that typically are going to happen around the outer edges. So if you're still with me, that was a ton of Apple Watch bands to look at. I hope that you found one that you might want to try. Of course, I've got all of those links down in the description below, so click on a few of those to check out the different band styles, options, colors, all of that stuff that some of these bands have. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when I put out the next one. Take care.